Hi everyone, welcome to Modern Hmong Girl. It's a girl, Emmie.
And it's your girl, Lex. Welcome to this week's episode where we will be talking about a lot of things. But before we do, if you're new here, we're a Modern Hmong Girl. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back. The duo is back now.
Yes, we are back. I know it's been maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks, but we're back with episode 59.
Yep.
And the episode is?
We said only one drink.
But before we do start we said only one drink. How was your week? How's everyone? What did you do?
Oh my goodness, what a week again. Just like my solo epi, I feel like it was busy again for me. I said that in April I was gonna calm down a bit, but I think that the reason why this past week was busy was because I was still doing egg roll orders for my workplace, because instead of them coming to pick up, I said that I will offer to bring it to work. And so I had to wake up early, 5 a.m., do the egg rolls for them. I was so tired. And then I also worked on Saturday too, because we have assigned Saturdays where we have to work. It was my Saturday. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to go in, because Friday we had friends over because they came into town and they wanted to hang out. And I was like, okay, they can only hang out till 10 p.m. But you know how these things go. When we only said one drink, it leads to later. And then I was just so tired. I didn't want to wake up for work. And then just hung out with my sisters on Saturday. And then I had the best sleep last night. I slept for I think 9 to 10 hours.
Wow.
And that's why I woke up at 10 a.m.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, shoot. It's 10 a.m. And I was really channeling all of that, of the energy getting ready. And I got ready on time. I'm just period. And so, yeah, it was another busy week, but I think this upcoming week, it'll be more chill for me. And I'm just going to be relaxed, because I don't think nothing is going on next weekend. Hopefully. Yeah, no drinks next weekend. Anyways, how about you?
I never believe her when she says that. But me, well, I was in LA the previous week until Monday. I got back this week, didn't I? Mm-hmm. I got back Wednesday morning.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. I got back Wednesday freaking morning. And ever since I got back, it's been no break. I've just been watching kids, y'all, and watching kids. And I had to freaking clean chicken yesterday. It was 50 chickens, okay? And I was tired. So I think it's just been a really exhausting week. I was already exhausted from Cali because it wasn't really a relaxing vacation like I was supposed to have. We did a lot of things and we didn't do a lot of things, but I just felt so exhausted, And then come home and boom, it's just let's get to it, It's oh, I am very exhausted and I really just want a relaxing week, but that doesn't exist in my book for some reason. It doesn't exist in my life, even if I wanted to,
Yes.
So, yeah, I had an exhausting week and tiring week with kids and chickens and that's all. The usual. Yeah.
Okay. Off topic, but there are ants in this room. Look behind us.
Are there more? Oh,
yeah. More. Oh my God.
Maybe that's the same one.
I can't. No, look. There's one there, and then one on that table.
Oh, the hell? What the hell?
Yeah. I think there must be an ant infestation in here, but yeah, we'll email and let them know, because not for me. But yeah, anyways, yes, busy week. How was your LA trip though?
Oh, LA trip was amazing. I went to go eat large intestines 2 times this past LA trip because we had to make it worth it, But I was just kind of I didn't want to eat any meat, but then because some people that went with us wanted to eat meat, so they ordered meat first and they grill the meat first and then they grill intestines last. Yeah. So it's I had to eat the meat. So by the time we got to intestines, I was freaking full as hell already,
I was surprised that there were still some on the grill.
Yeah.
I was
you already know it was only intestines. I would have finished all of that, okay?
Yeah.
But I was hella eating meat already first. So I was super freaking full.
Do you think you could request them to bring it out?
They bring out at the same time, but they don't grill at the same time because they have this process of how they do it,
Oh.
Yeah.
So the intestine is actually at your table, but you guys
They
can't.
leave it at like this table where they put like the meat. I don't know, like over there. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So I wish we only ate intestines because I wanted that by itself. I didn't want to just sit there for like 30 minutes and not eat though, So I was just eating as well. But I also had the boneless spicy chicken feet. Oh my God, guys. That shit is just amazing. It is so good. Like I brought my friend Autumn with me and she was like, yeah, this will be my last meal because it was that good. Like I was like, yeah, it is so good. The smokiness of the chicken feet, oh my God, amazing. And boneless obviously is even better. I took Lex last time, but we went late and they didn't have any more. So sadly, we only got fish cake soup, but we could go get it next time.
Yes.
Yes. He was like, you have to try it. And then we rolled the freaking transit, which was a freaking adventure. So we made videos and stuff, which was really fun. And we did get a few photo shoots in, which was great. And what else? We did relax. I tried a new matcha place with Autumn, the one they usually go to, which is really good. I had like the coconut water matcha, super yummy. The one I went to again, I went there and it was not good. But of course, I got the matcha just to make. So I don't think I'll ever go there again for the matcha. I don't think we should because it's just a waste of,
It's so sad because that was our first
one. Which was really good.
Yeah, it was good. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I think next time we'll go to like the memory one.
Yes.
The one that Autumn they go to in Long Beach. That one. And yeah, my trip was great. I hate that I'm back. Sorry, I just hate Minnesota. But I went out and it wasn't lit at all.
Oh, really? In LA?
Yeah, like we went out like one day probably. Well, that's the first day we were gonna go out was the EDM one, but then we had to go home because Adam called her husband, so we didn't get to stay, which was sad because that night was actually pretty late, like I said. And then we went out to Lock and Key. Oh my God, it was not a vibe.
Oh, really?
It was so lame. Yeah.
Was it the opposite of when we went?
Yeah.
Ooh.
People were they're having fun, but Adam must have been like, what the heck? This is so lame,
Yeah.
So we just like left after. It was like, I think it was like 12 we left. And then Saturday we were going to go to this like Afrobeat stuff, but then we were tired as heck after the beach. So we're like, never mind, we're not going anymore. So I didn't have a good experience like going out this past time, but hopefully next time we will.
Yeah, but you did bring back the warm weather because it's hot today, y'all.
But it's muggy. Like, I don't like it. It's muggy.
And it's cloudy. So, I mean, at least it's hot, right? That's the key thing.
No, when I went to LA, it was actually chilly. Oh. Like, there was a breeze. I was kind of like, what the heck? Why is it so chilly for? Like, did I bring the Minnesota show with me? But then Sunday and Monday, it was like, really Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it was really nice days. So we were able to go to a beach Saturday and Sunday. So I got 2 beach days in, but I'm not that tan, which is so sad because I wanted to be tanner. But we went to Redondo Beach. When I was telling you about, oh my God, the freshest seafood ever. Oop. I had some fresh ass uni and oyster. Bro, shit is so bomb. But yeah, make sure to check out my vlog.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, y'all, Emmie is starting to really upload and be on top of her vlogs. Go check it out, Emmie Wang YouTube.
Emmie Wang X.
Yes.
But yeah, that was a long check-in, whatever. But let's get started.
Okay, what is the topic again?
We said only one drink.
How many of us had said this and have failed?
Me? Of course, like all the time.
Same here.
It's because I have bad influences around me.
I know, right? It's just very terrible. And I just really speak from the heart of... Well, excuse me, but I just like to have fun. But I know you can have fun without alcohol.
Yes.
But culturally speaking, I feel like drinking is so normalized, right? And it is hard to stop in that kind of environment. And so I think that we have really brought that cultural aspect into our normal lives where like we go out and we know that we have access to alcohol. So we're like, oh, why not? Like it's normal. And even though I feel like, so this happened to me this past weekend too, where I was hanging out with friends and I knew I had work the next day and I knew that I did not want to drink that weekend, but because like they're over and they're doing that activity, you just kind of are like, okay, I guess, sure, I'll have one drink. But then it keeps going on, and it's just like, damn, now I feel like shit, and I don't even want to go to work, and I don't have energy to do anything. And so that's why I feel like it is something that we have to improve and really work on. And it's just going to be like lies that you keep telling yourself over and over, because I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to put myself on the spot and say that I tried to not drink for the past 3 weekends and failed every weekend. Like that's so bad. And I'm sorry, like that's really the truth though. And I think a lot of people can understand and relate to that. Yeah. Yeah. How about you?
I feel like with me, I think I'm pretty good with if one drink, this is one drink. Unless I know that like I'm already lying to myself and I know when I get lit, I'm like, oh, I just want one drink, but then I'm gonna keep drinking, you know? But I feel like when it comes to instances where I really just want one drink and like I don't feel good, then I will be like, no, like no more drinks for me, you know? But I feel like it's easier around like my friends and stuff saying like, I don't want one drink, but then with family, oh my God, it's so hard. You know, because it always comes with like, oh, if you don't drink this and you're disrespecting me, goodness gracious, it's just a drink, bro. It's just water. Like, let me just pour that shit out and disrespect you more than, you know? Like, it's literally just alcohol. Why does that like correlate with respect, you know? Which annoys the heck out of me with the Hmong culture when we do that. I don't know, I don't know if other cultures do that with like, oh, it's disrespect, but Hmong culture like is really heavy on that, right? Especially during like just events or like weddings and stuff, you know, they're so hard on the like drink or disrespect, my mood, It's just why, you know? Yeah. So I feel like with family and relatives, I think it's harder for me to be like, no, like I don't want any. You know, I just like don't want to drink, but they push you. They just keep pushing you, so you keep drinking, and then obviously it's not one drink anymore. It's like 10 drinks, and you're like fucked up. But yeah, with friends, I think it's a lot easier for me to just be like, I only want one drink. But this girl's pretty good at convincing. So sometimes she's like, oh, yeah, let's go. Then I'll be like, okay, fine. Then we get lit all together. It's always a good time though, you know?
You know, I'm just the group leader. Like, I just be leading. And I'm like, yeah, let's go there. What? Come on, cheers. And then, whoop, we're falling down and slipping and sliding. So,
So I think one drink is a lie, unless you're very very strong mentally. Like you have no FOMO, then it's okay. Like come on, okay, one drink, that's fine, you know. But I've had sober times when I've gone out, and I think it's been super fun too. You don't have to get drunk or drink a lot to have fun. Yeah, and even sometimes when you go more than one drink. Sometimes I could go like 5 drinks in and I just don't feel the alcohol. I think it's because of the vibes, you know? Like I just don't get lit, don't get drunk. I'm like, damn, that was a waste of like alcohol. I could have just done one drink, you know?
Right, exactly.
But sometimes you don't do any drinks and you feel lit as heck. So it's like, it's like a damn show.
Yeah, I think that like for me, it has really progressed with not drinking a lot because, you know, we started in college and we finished a whole bottle of gin before. Like
that's why I hate gin.
Yeah, and gin is not supposed to be drank like that.
I always remember that college situation.
Oh, with the gin?
You with the gin.
Yeah.
I don't know why they all ended up crying, bruh.
It was the gin.
I still remember.
It was the
It was so funny.
gin.
I was like, what the heck?
I would never do gin again. Like
even in a mixed drink?
No, I would do it in a mixed drink, but we did not know better in college. We're just like, oh, which liquor bottle should we try, you know? And we're like, okay, let's try this one. Worst decision ever, and the taste was disgusting.
Yeah.
Never doing that again.
Ginger.
Yeah, but like since like, you know, college days drinking to now like adult day drinking, it's definitely very different. I do not go all out like that anymore. I feel like it's just too much energy. And I think when you're younger, you can tolerate that more because I feel like we did a really good job tolerating that. Like we still went to our ADM classes. We still woke up early. Like
hell yeah.
Even though we had a hangover, the hangover wasn't as potent as an adult hangover. Because like a young adult hangover is like one day you're good. No, an adult hangover, you got to do like a whole weekend.
Yeah, the 3 days to recover. Like, I swear.
Yeah, you have to recoup yourself. So that's why I feel like it has been very different for me drinking over the years. And I've started hanging out with like family soberly too. I think for my family, kind of opposite for me, like my family, well, actually, if it's just family and not family events, and my family is just casually drinking, I will say no and I won't drink with them, and they will respect that. And so I'll just be like, yeah, they're drinking, but I'm not drinking. But I feel like with like hanging out with friends, I think because I get that FOMO, right? And like not saying that I'm not getting FOMO with my family, but I'm really comfortable with my family, and I'm just like not saying that I'm not myself with my friends, but like I could just be like my rawest, realest self with my family. And so like if they drink and I don't drink, I don't feel like I'm missing out. But like with friends, I feel like if we're going out, we're having fun, I feel like I want to be a part of that fun too. And again, I still need to learn that I don't need to have alcohol to have fun. But I feel like it has been a social norm that I just feel like, oh, okay, if they're having mojitos, I'm going to have a mojito too, you know? And we just like all have fun together and we're in the vibes. But I think that I definitely could not go for an alcoholic drink. I could just go for a mocktail while like everybody else does like a mojito or whatnot, you know? I think that's something that I'm still practicing. And I think like for me too, I'm in that frugal mindset where I'm like, why would I pay for a juice? Like, I don't want juice.
No,
like,
that's true.
Yeah, like if I want juice, I'll just go to the vending machine and get a Sprite or something, you know? And so that's why I'm like, you know, I need to just like, it's not about paying for juice versus alcohol, but it's about just the like what's inside the mind, you know, the like replacing alcohol with something healthier. And I think that that's something that I still need to work on. I've never purchased a mocktail in my life. And so I think that's something that I should learn. And not trying to sound like I'm such an alcoholic, but I do consume alcohol. I'd say that I do lie to my primary doctor when I go in for my wellness check-in, and they're like, oh, how many drinks do you have a week? And I'm just like, just a glass of wine.
Wow. I used to say, oh, just on special occasions.
Oh, I should
events.
say that too.
Yeah.
Well, like I do say that, but then I also add the one glass of wine too.
I mean, I really don't drink unless I go out. So
Yeah,
yeah,
same here.
I
but
truly admire those who like can hold themselves back.
Yeah.
Like, no drinking for me today.
Yeah, I don't know how like my brother does it, but he just does not drink at all. And he's 21. He turned 21 and he did not go out and party or drink like that.
Cause he hella focused on I'm trying to get fit, get ripped, you know. So
Yeah.
I feel people that like go to like the gym and stuff like that, they're really like determined to like hit their goal weight or whatever. I feel like they're really like strong minded on like no alcohol, no.
Yeah.
If they can already be like, I'm dieting, no fat foods or no nothing, I feel like that no alcohol is easy for them, you know.
And
But I guess we're just weak minded.
that is that admiration we admire.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I really wish I could do that too. I mean, I feel like I did have like a gym journey in college and I was really strict about it too, but I was still drinking and having fun. But I think because like it just depends where you are at in your life too. Cause like that was a time where I still wanted my freedom. I still wanted to experience fun. And I was always constantly with my friends.
Those were like our fun years, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
we took advantage of it when we had it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are struggling with alcohol, like serious note, if you are struggling with alcohol, we will put resources in the description. Please take care of yourself. If you know of anyone too, please share the resources with them. We understand that in our culture, it's so normalized and it is something that we need to improve on. Like for one instance, I know that there was a Hmong wedding where instead of serving beer and alcohol or shots, they actually just served tea. And that was just so beautiful because instead of like having alcohol as a symbolism of respect and and positivity, prestigious life, they were like, no, because everybody's just going to get drunk. They're going to act crazy. They're not going to know what to do. And why would they keep on letting the groom consume alcohol like that?
Also, like, you can't remember your own wedding.
Right.
You know, like,
Exactly.
if you get really effed up, you can't remember your own wedding.
Yeah.
You're, like, blacked out.
I feel like sometimes the reason why they do that to their groom is to ridicule him. Because they're like, oh, are you really that strong? You know, are you, like, going to take care of, like, our
daughter.
sister, our, like, girl here? Because like this is gonna prove it, you know? And so I think that is definitely really toxic. I have definitely seen grooms come out of their weddings really drunk, where there are two people literally carrying him. So yeah, just going back to that tea ceremony for the wedding, replacing it with alcohol, like that is just so like a huge way that Hmong people have went, like that family, I respect them so much for that, because I feel like a lot of families, they still need to learn that alcohol is not normal to do that. Although, yes, it's fun, but at the end of the day, no one is ever serious. Like, I will never have a serious talk when I'm drunk. If I'm gonna have a serious talk when I'm drunk, it'll just be like how much I love you, and like, and maybe like I'm talking about an issue or whatever, but it would never be serious, because I would literally be talking in tongues. Like, I would not make sense in talking about that serious topic unless, like, okay, I'm not drunk, I'm sober, and when I talk about that topic, like the problem that I have, I'm actually being genuine about it, and I'm not talking in tongues, you know, I don't make sense. So that's why, like, when a drunk person starts talking about their problems and like starts arguing and stuff, I just instantly know I am not going to be talking to you, and you're killing my vibe, because I don't drink to be angry. I drink to have fun. And yeah, you know, like if you are an angry drinker, please put that cup down. Check out the resources in the description. But I feel like drinking, at the end of the day, you drink for your own discretion, and it should be a positive thing, you know, an enjoyment. But if you could also stop drinking, that would be amazing. I need to learn that. I think I want to do like a 90-day challenge.
I mean, you were able to do a 1 month cleanse.
I know.
Yeah.
I did do dry January last year, and it was so good. I really said no to alcohol for that month, and I was like, not gonna lie, I was struggling in February, okay? Because I was like, oh my God, but I really want wine though, you know, because why not? But that's when I did give in February, because I was like, you know what? I think I've been doing really good. Like, I deserve a reward. But anything could have been a reward, but I chose alcohol, right? I'm just a fun girl, whatever. But yeah, I do want to do those challenges. I think that they could be really helpful. And kind of like, you know, the punch cards that we made, probably something like that, where I know that I'm going to get a reward at the end.
I don't even do my punch cards. I don't know where they went.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bestie.
But I think I just do it subconsciously. Like, except for like 10K steps a day. That's hard for me to reach for some reason. I gotta go. It was cold, so I didn't like really walk, you know. But I feel like with the water, I've been drinking a lot of water, so it's been good. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like no alcohol is easy for me because I don't really surround myself with, you know, people that drink a lot. If I'm home, then no one at home drinks. I'm just home. I don't feel like a crave for alcohol. I don't want to drink, you know. So I feel like I do good. Like, I subconsciously did like a 1 month or 2 month no alcohol, just because I'm not going out, I'm not going anywhere, you know. So I think it's pretty easy for me to do no alcohol.
Yeah,
To make it a challenge for us.
I know. I think that Emmie is definitely really good with like no alcohol. I remember like back then it was harder for all of us because we were just in that party phase.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but now as like an adult where we have more autonomy and just like we are realizing that the scene is no longer for us.
And we could say no.
Right.
No, you know?
Right.
Back then
That's
we just
true.
thought like, oh, we can't say no. We have to drink. But now it's like, oh, we can't say no. It's fine. We say no. Like, I'm not disrespecting you.
Right. Yeah. And we've had events where we didn't drink too, which I really, really like those. So when I was hanging out with my sisters too, I didn't drink at all and I felt really good. I'm just like, yeah. And we stayed up late, just like talking. And not that like, I feel like sometimes people, they feel like, oh, like if I don't have alcohol, like, I'm just going to go to sleep. Like it's going to be boring for me. But I feel like that's not true. Like growing up now, I'm just like I could literally have a conversation with someone for hours and
Yeah.
just like it's suddenly 2 a.m., you know. And I think that's what like my first realization was doing it with you and Terrence when we had our sleepover. And you both were the first ones to sleep and I was still up and I was like still like invested in the movie and wanting to like bond with you guys over that. And so that's why I was like, oh my God, I'm up and I'm watching the movie. Like, wow. But those who are knocked out though, but I still like felt the connection too, you know? So I definitely think that like no alcohol hangouts is a good place to start with friends that respect you and like know that, oh, they don't want to drink too. Or if they are drinking, then they're not going to force you into drinking with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the no alcohol hangouts. I think they're really fun and intentional. If you put a lot of intention into it to really build, I feel like you build a stronger, more intimate connection. You know, when you have no alcohol in your system and you're just really conversating with everything. Like, you know,
Right.
you talk. I feel like you talk about topics that you don't really talk about, especially when you're drunk. Obviously, you're just saying whatever, and you're saying things. Okay, when they say like when you're drunk, you speak your truth. Like I do find the truth to that, you know. But I feel like when you're sober, you could actually think correctly and have really good conversations that are meaningful, you know. Yeah. So I like our sober hangouts, even though it's only been one. Our second one was supposed to be sober hangout, but we were doing Korean barbecue, so it was
Right.
like we just had to have soju, you know. So our next one will be sober.
Yes, yes. 100%. I'm excited for that. Yeah. Just definitely a lot of like genuine feelings and connections and vibes there. And I think like as we get older too, that's just what we want. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready for Dear Nobody?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. Our Dear Nobody segment. Okay. So the submission name is niaaa.nh's reality. Okay, and then I can get started. When you fall in love, you think you're choosing a partner. What you don't always realize is that you're also stepping into a family system that already has its own history, hierarchy, and unspoken rules. And if that system isn't healthy, you will feel it. Closeness without boundaries can turn to control. It could turn to entitlement. It can turn to subtle competition when a brother/son becomes a fiance.
Even when you try your best to keep whatever peace there was and simply love the man you choose and expect partnership, privacy, and mutual respect, some families don't see the boundaries. And so the woman who requires them instantly becomes the problem.
If he sets a boundary, it's because of her. If he prioritizes you, you're changing him. If he protects your peace, you're pulling him away. And here's what I want every Yan to be to understand. Pay attention to how he moves when things get uncomfortable, because love isn't just how he treats you in private, it's how he protects you in public. It's how he handles conflict with his family. It's whether he can say, that's my partner, we're building something, respect that.
If he cannot set a boundary, if he cannot defend you, if he expects you to tolerate disrespect for the sake of family peace, that is not strength. That is avoidance, and you will carry the weight of it. Being a nya is already a role filled with expectation. You should not also have to fight for basic protection in your own relationship.
This isn't about dividing families or turning every disagreement into a battlefield. Not every issue deserves a reaction. Not every comment deserves a confrontation. When you marry into a family, you will have to learn how to pick and choose your battles. Some things are small, some things are ego, some things aren't worth the emotional cost.
But when you do choose to stand up, let it be for something that protects your peace, your partnership, and your time. Let it be a fight that leads to clarity, to healthier boundaries, to growth, not just noise.
So to any woman stepping into this role, ask yourself, not just do I love him, but does he stand up for me when it matters? Because if he can't set a boundary now, marriage will not magically give him a backbone. And you deserve a partner, not a referee.
Period.
Basically, you tell your story and you gave the best advice already.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's done then.
No, but I definitely agree. Especially, I think just seeing all my niaas marry into my family, I really think as a husband, you should be standing up for your wife and not being a biased person, especially because, like, oh, that's my family there, right? Or, like, I don't think it's really like you choose a side because that's your wife or that's your family. It's really the morals of is that right or wrong? Is what you're doing right or is what you're doing wrong, Mm-hmm. And if there's disrespect about your wife, obviously you're gonna have to stand up for her, because how are you gonna let somebody disrespect your wife? That's basically disrespecting you too, So I hate when, like, people talk crap about, like, their wife and then the husband doesn't say shit. Or they're just standing there.
Yeah.
Basically, if you don't say anything, you agree with them.
Yeah. Honestly.
And I think it's very hard with our Hmong dynamic family stuff. Like, oh, if he stands up for his wife, oh, he don't love me anymore as a mom, right? Or not as a mom, but as, like, just as the family, right? Oh, that means, like, oh, he doesn't love us. Like, oh, you love your wife more. Like, there's no you love us more or love them more. He's gonna build his own family with his wife, and he has to protect his family. So I feel like the husband's family has to understand that, that he has his own family he's trying to build, and you can't just disrespect your aunt just because there's some things that you don't agree, with. And sometimes you just have to agree. You just have to agree
to disagree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's just how life can be sometimes,
Right.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with the person that submitted this. Definitely find a husband that, of course, loves you, but of course does everything else too, like the standing up for you and all of that. You do that for each other. You're each other's partner for life. Mm-hmm. You love and respect each other for life. So
yeah, I think that this could be it could be confusing because when you marry someone, like as a woman, when you marry someone, you go into their family, right? And then now that you're in their family, it suddenly is kind of like now the son has to, like, pick and choose. But then it's like, why pick and choose when she's already in your family like that too? And so I feel like it is very confusing when, like, the daughter comes into their son's family. Wait, that sounds weird. When the wife comes into the husband's family, and if his family is like, oh, like, do you choose her or us? Because it seems like you're choosing her more. But it's like, but then you guys did bring her into the family. So, of course, like, he's going to be there for her more too, because that is his partner. Mm-hmm. And so that's why, like, I be getting confused when it comes to those kind of situations. But a part that I really liked what she said in here is that if he cannot set a boundary, if he cannot defend you, if he expects to tolerate disrespect for the sake of family peace, that is not strength, that is avoidance, and you will carry the weight of it. And I think she means, like, the one carrying the weight would be the niaaa. Mm-hmm. And that is so freaking true. I think that family peace is BS because it really is just sweeping shit under the rug. Like, oh, if we don't talk about it, it's not there.
As small people.
Yeah. But then, like, see, again, too, like, going back, if they start drinking and then they start talking about it and then it gets into a fight and everything like that. Like, oh my gosh, it just keeps leading on and on and on. And the fact that, like, we can think about events and situations that happen like this just already speaks so much volume. It already says so much. Like, I have so many events that I could just think of just coming out of this story. And that's why we exist. Like, we want to minimize that. We want to improve these, the generational trauma that is occurring in us time and again, but just in different ways. But yeah, like, ultimately you deserve a partner and not a referee, just like she said. And Yeah, I really like this. I really like this Dear Nobody segment here. The best. See, there's
Yeah.
an ant on your foot.
Yeah, I also
Sorry,
think it's
y'all.
like super important for our Hmong brothers to really learn. You
Yeah.
know, like it's not, we're not even trying to bash y'all. We're just
Right.
saying it's important for us to just learn emotional intelligence and learn how to deal with our emotions, our mental health and everything, you know, because a lot of that really growing up, I mean, we don't get taught it, but our moment also barely gets taught, you know, how to really deal
Yes.
with that stuff. So it's very important to learn that because, you know, you're going to have a family, you're going to have kids, and your kids are going to need to know as well. So I think it really starts from you, your wife, and being there for each other, loving each other, and going through it all together. So, yeah.
Please choose emotional intelligence and not emotional damage. Okay? Please. I know it's going to be hard, but if you want the good, then you're going to have to go the hard way. But if you want the easy, then you're going to have to go the easy way. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anything else to add on to this
No,
segment?
that's all for me.
All right, let's do advice for the week. So, my advice for the week is put yourself in check because I feel like you can do that to yourself the most. Because, like, yes, other people can put you in check, but you're gonna be annoyed, right? You're gonna be like, why are you telling me what to do? Or,
Yeah.
like, what the heck? So, keep yourself accountable because you are the only one that can control what you do. So I am going to definitely take this advice for myself too. So hold yourself accountable.
I think I said this previously, but I want to say it again. It's okay to say no. In any instances in life, okay, with drinks, with family, with things you don't want to do, you know, it's okay to say no. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up today's episode. You can find Modern Hmong Girl on all social media platforms at Modern Hmong Girl on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe, like, rate our show, comment below if you have any stories with drinking and whatnot. We're here for you every Wednesday. And anything else?
That's all. Thank you for tuning in, y'all.
We shall see
See
you
you
soon,
soon,
girlies.
girlies.